Today I wanted to talk about a critical issue facing the small business market, succession planning. We are seeing a economic crisis in the small business market, and by sharing part of my own story, I wanted to convince you why now is the best time to buy an established business. 7 years ago, I made a very tough decision to close down the company that I had founded and join up here at GWCPA, becoming part of its 8-decade-long succession plan. I'd been running my company for nearly 6 years. I started it from scratch, and at that point I was making enough to live comfortably with minimal effort on my part each week. I had achieved the dream, the 4-hour work week, money, plenty of free time, and crippling loneliness. I was disconnected from my profession and too young to already be retired and coast for the rest of my life. The decision to return to this traditional business was not an easy one. At the time, it meant a 45-minute commute, a shirt and tie every day, and timesheets. But it also meant that I was going to be part of a team and join up with a business partner who had a vision for the future. And it meant that I was going to be a part of something bigger than myself again. The small business landscape is facing a massive shift, the biggest shift in a generation. 50% of all small businesses in the U.S. are owned by someone 55 years or older. Almost that number, 48%, say that they want to retire within the next 5 years, but 2/3 of those say that they have no formal succession plan in place. And then on top of that, on the entry side of the professions, we're facing a talent shortage, and we're facing the challenge, the promise of AI that says that it's going to replace many of the entry-level jobs that we started with in our professions. Here's the thing, fellow millennials, the workforce on both sides needs our help. At this point in my career, I realized that small business is not about AI replacing us, and it's also not about maximizing buyout offers so that I can leave and get out. That's not why we do this. It's not why I came back to this profession. I hope that there are enough of us out there, people like me, who want to love what we do and love who we do it with, so that we are uniquely suited in the middle of this demographic to step into this gap, to bridge the gap between the retiring generation and the incoming generation, to show the retiring generation that their business is about more than just an exit or a buyout value, and to show the incoming generation how to care for people and not think that technology is going to solve all of our problems. Technology is great. It's going to solve a lot of problems, but it's not going to replace people. Small business is personal. That's why we do what we do. That's why we don't work for the major corporations. The key word to that is persons. Small business acquisition means that we are buying a team. We are buying a team of people who have their own hopes and dreams, their own goals, their own reasons for showing up to work every day and doing work that they love. One of the things that makes me angry is to see the small business acquisition market online talk about buying boring businesses. How does it feel to the employees within those businesses to find out that the reason they've just been acquired is because their new owner considers what they do every day to be boring? I do not think that that's what small business is about, and I think that we can do better than that. I've made the mistake early in my days coming here to GWCPA of seeing my team members as a means to my own personal ends of business ownership, and that is a hard place to come back from, and I want to spare you from that. So please do better than that. See these as real businesses, real legacies, owners who've poured blood, sweat, and tears into these companies and only want to see a value that represents what they've put into it rather than seeing it as cheap or worthless, and employees that want to believe that what they do matters, and we can provide that to them. I'm not saying that this path is going to be easy. I face doubts on a regular basis that I'm going to be ready to step into ownership, into the managing partner role in this firm 7 years from now. My current managing partner is great. She's a very strong personality, and she shores up a lot of the weaknesses I have, just like I shore up the weaknesses that she has. But I know that she also faces doubts sometimes when I mess things up of whether or not I'm going to be able to continue the legacy that this company has stood for. On the other side, I face some of the same challenges that my partner had before I came along. Who is going to step up? Who am I going to inspire? Who am I going to engage in this profession to not get out when things get tough, to not shy away from the selflessness that's required to run a company full of people, to care about your people so that they can care about your customers? How do I inspire them? How do I identify them? And how do I train them so that they are ready to take over this business when I approach retirement, so that the succession of this 75-year-old company does not end with me? So I'm not saying that this is easy. In fact, I think we should lean into it because it's not easy. It's going to be a challenge. It's a different type of challenge, but I do know that the work is worth it. Anything worth doing is going to be difficult, and it's going to force us and require us to change and adapt as the market shifts. I do know that this work is possible, though, and I want you to know that you are not alone. Our firm has successfully done this for over 75 years. I am the 9th partner in this succession here. We've never lost a partner to contention or a split. And some of our best clients that we've been working with for 30 or 40 years themselves are in their 3rd and 4th generations in their businesses. So it is possible. There are people doing this journey along with us. And so I would just encourage you to find that tribe, to tune in here to GWCPA on the YouTube channel, to follow me as I lead my company and grow into the leader that I need to be. I know that I still have a lot of room to continue growing to become the leader that this company needs. And I know that if you're watching this and still alive, you too have room to grow. But I think that we can use this channel to grow together into the leaders that our businesses need us to be. If you are up for this challenge, if you are in a business succession plan yourself, please leave a comment below and let me know what type of business you are stepping up into, and if this video has been encouraging to you to continue the work, to put in the work, to grow into the person you need to be, then please like this video and let's continue this journey together.